11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
Did you know that 790,000 new pilots will be needed in the world by 2037 based on Boeing's Pilot and Technician Outlook? Ironically, the number of pilot certificates issued by the Federal Aviation Administration has decreased more than 60% since 1980. This mismatch of supply and demand presents a tremendous opportunity for students in aviation careers that they may not have previously considered. These are some of the skills our students are currently learning in our aviation program based on unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, commonly known as drones. Cognitive development and critical thinking, oral and written communication, collaboration, logic and deductive reasoning, hand-eye coordination, as well as aerodynamics, higher math, introduction of coding, and electronics. Do you want to be part of our aviation program? Contact Mr. G at mauricio.garcia@nexthighschool.org. Phone number 864-688-9464.
Hello, my name is Jarrett Hodge, and this is our Aviation and Engineering I3. Why aviation? By 2037, there are actually 790,000 pilots needed. Pilot certificates issued by the FAA decreased more than 60% over the last 30 years. Based on our research, South Carolina contributes $18 billion a year to aviation. Employment rate is growing 8 times higher than the state's average, and the private sector employees earn an average of $70,000 a year. By growing aerospace, our work creates high-wage jobs and grows the economy. In the United States, drone salaries are starting at $100,000, and the drone industry will grow from $11 billion to $140 billion in the next 10 years.
Hey y'all, my name is Blake Wall, and because some of the points Jarrett Hodge listed, we're going to talk about why NEXT is an aviation program in the first place. Now, some of the work we did in this program can be broken down into 6 basic steps. The first starting with our engineering design process. This process, what we did very first, because it would help us tear down what we need to do in the orders we need to do things in. If there's any problems, it would help us solve that. Then, we went into researching the drones. We didn't want to just start putting it together without an instruction manual. So we started researching what we would need, the steps we need to take, and things along those lines. Then we got to actually physically building these drones. That step was easy for the most part for all of our groups, just some very simple steps of getting the frame, putting the motors in, the camera, and things along those lines. Then we got to programming, which was a challenge for some of our groups, some of them taking multiple weeks to complete this process because of the longevity of it. Because of our research and our building design process, we knew what programs we would need, certain cords to plug up that would transmit the right data, and things along those lines, for us to plug them up to our computers that were donated to us, and run our software and do some basic coding and things along those lines. After programming them, we went into our flight simulators, because we didn't want to fly our drones we put something we were working on and just crash them immediately. So we spent a lot of our time in our flight simulators, making sure that we would know how to handle our drones once we got them programmed and ready to go. Then we got to actually flying. And we did 2 types of flying. You can see flying LOS and flying FPV. LOS means line of sight. That's your basic, what most people think of. You're sitting there with the drone flying, your controller in your hand, looking at it flying, things along those lines. Then there's the more complicated one and much harder, FPV. It's when the drone actually has a camera on it that transmits to goggles on your head. So you can sit in one room and fly it out. We had students sitting in one room and flying out of the room and bringing it back in. We even had a demonstration where we did a little race with the hula hoops and things like that. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Matthew. This is an example of one of the drones we built and programmed and stuff. On top there's like a little camera it sends the video to the person who's flying it so they don't break it. And yeah. So here's another drone. It's pretty cool. It's also got a camera, and it sends pictures to the pilot too. So it doesn't crash, but this one's a lot faster and bigger. And we can't fly it because we are within 5 miles of an airport, and that's illegal. Yeah, so here's our flight simulators that we spent quite a few hours in training, so we didn't immediately break it after spending all that time building and programming. That would suck. And those 2 computers there, those were donated by Kevin, I think. And there's one of them flying.
Hi everyone, I'm Prema Van Daren, and up here, these pictures up here are some accomplishments. We decided to document our whole process using pictures and videos and thought that that would create a very nice presentation like this one. That picture to the left of me is a picture of Steve Towns. He's the CEO of his company Aerospace, and we had a chance to meet with him at the school. He came and talked to some students. And then that picture to this side of me is our representative Blake Waugh talking to a news media team at the groundbreaking ceremony for one of Mr. Towns' companies. So that was a huge accomplishment for us, and we're really grateful to have had that experience. The pictures behind me in the middle, kind of scattered throughout, are pictures of us during the building, programming, and engineering design process. During this time, we practiced pitching just like in preparation for this day, and we also fine-tuned our skills in flying, programming, and building. Now for a really important part of our I3 success, recognition to our sponsors. Bob and Faye Chobin of STEAM Tech Teams, they were a huge part of our I3 success. They donated their time, money, and effort to helping us advance our skills and giving us the resources that we needed to succeed. I'd like to take a moment for Bob to stand up. Faye couldn't be here today, unfortunately, but Bob, please stand up and give him a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Bob. Our second sponsor is Kevin L. Van Dusen from Computer Source. So the way that we practice flying without actually flying real drones is drone simulators on computer programs. So in order to do that, we need controllers and computer monitors, and he donated 2 computer monitors from his business. So thank you so much. Big round of applause for him. Our third sponsor is Upstate SC STEM Collaborative. So we actually got our very first grant for $500, which is amazing. Yeah. We received that check this week, which is awesome, and the money that was donated from that came from Lockheed Martin. So thank you so much to all of our sponsors. You guys are amazing. Finally, we need your help. A lot of our success is due in credit to our community and the money donations that we get. So if you know a lot about drones or you have a lot of drones, we would love your experience or your resources that you're able to give us. If you just want to fund our cause and our cool program that we have, we accept money donations as well. You can reach out to us with the email right there. That was our mentor the whole time through this process, and we're so grateful for him. So thank you, Mr. G. If you're interested, if you're a student and you want to get involved in our I3, then you can grab a brochure and you can also sign up for the I3. It's a great opportunity to learn more about aviation engineering if you're interested in it. And if you're a parent, then you can also pick up a brochure, and that tells you a lot more about what we do. Closing, thank you so much for listening. This is a really awesome opportunity for everyone in the I3. There's a lot of members of it, and we're really happy to have all these talented kids on our team. So thank you so much, and have a great day.